The Browns losers to the Cardinals here in Arizona, Mary Kay. And of course, here we are in December with some of the same questions that this football team has had over the years. And it starts with the head coach. And really what we need to talk about is Jarvis Landry in game. Got into it a little bit with Freddie Kitchens on the sideline. TV cameras caught them kind of going back and forth after the game. Jarvis said, I just want the ball. I told him to give me the football. So clearly Jarvis Landry not very happy with how things are going, and no one happy with how things are going because the Browns just lost to the Cardinals and their season is essentially over.
Yeah, well, it's been a familiar refrain all season long with Jarvis and Odell basically saying, we are two offensive stars and you need to get us the ball so that we can help you win football games. And in this particular game, Jarvis only had 23 yards. And, it's either Jarvis is going to have 23 yards or Odell is going to have 23 yards. And, you just have to think that it can be better than that. You can get a couple of different guys involved in the game plan on the same day. So frustrations did boil over, but that's happened a number of times this season, and it makes me wonder, do they respect Freddie enough not to bark at him like that?
Yeah, and everyone after the game said the right things. Jarvis said that they respect Freddie. Odell said the same thing. I asked Joel Bitonio if they still believed in this coaching staff, and he very shortly said yes or yeah. So no one was ready to kind of go down that road, at least with a microphone in front of their face. But we've got to ask the question, is Freddie Kitchens the right coach for this team? And as this season has sort of fallen apart, just another in a list of bad losses for this team, it's a fair question to ask.
Well, I saw Jimmy Haslam after the game just kind of bolting down the corridor, and he did not look happy at all. Of course, he wouldn't after an ugly, ugly loss like this. John Dorsey didn't look happy afterwards, and I would have to think that this loss and the loss in Pittsburgh, these two losses you can point to and just say, look, they didn't match the intensity of the Steelers. Freddie said that himself. In this game, they came out flat. These were must-win games. They had to have these games to try to make the playoffs. They didn't. They have to look at it.
And the last thing to talk about, of course, is the playoff picture. Now, we're recording this as the Steelers and Bills are playing, so we don't know the outcome of that. But the bottom line here is the Browns essentially need a miracle if they're going to make the playoffs, and it's going to involve them beating the Ravens next week, which really doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, it's over. It really was essentially over when they lost in Pittsburgh. That's when their chances became slim and none, and even heading into this game, they were down to a 3.5% chance. So for all intents and purposes, it's over, and it's really sad. It's sad to look around that locker room and see guys like Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Baker Mayfield, and realize that that this team is going nowhere this season, and once again, fans have to wait until next year.
Such high expectations for this team, and they're just not going to be able to get where many fans wanted them to get to this season. So the Browns losers here in Arizona, we have full coverage of it at cleveland.com/Browns, and you can sign up for Football Insider there as well. We just shot a video where we took some questions from our insiders, and they're all going to get to see that. If you sign up, get that free trial, maybe you can see it too. Just click on the banner at the top of the page there.